Hey guys, Ron and Nate from FunctionBuilt-Aquatics.
What's up, guys?
Alright, so we're going to start this video, which is going to be a video on all our Betta fry with Betta Hendra. So these guys, as you can tell by the different sizes, are multiple spawnings in a 10-gallon tank. The adults are still in here. There's probably close to about 80 or so, maybe even more Hendra in this setup. So we have them eating anything from micro worm stage to, I just switched them over to Cyclops and also decapsulated brine shrimp eggs, which has actually turned out to be a really nice food option for these guys. And it seems like it's changing not only them, the Hendra meaning, but it's also really changing the development in the Betta Mahachaiensis. The Mahachaiensis are really exploding from the decapsulated brine shrimp eggs and the Cyclops. So this is Betta Hendra. There are two adults, of course the original pair, and this is all their fry. So these guys will be, Hendra actually grow pretty slow. So these guys probably won't be available, my guess would be until March, April. Maybe a little bit earlier. There are some that are a little bit larger. But definitely by March, I'll be looking to sell some of these. And there's the female.
They're absolutely very pretty fish. They're not your like slender type beta, but
There's the male too, same dude?
Yep. They're dark, they're nice.
Alright, we just got lucky. Nice. Love it when we get lucky. Now there's the male, he's gonna do a nice flash. And these guys love the spawn, man. And all their spawnings have taken place inside that clay pot that I have suction cupped to the glass.
I guess they live there.
The male spends most of the time in the pot, the female's always under the leaves, and he's always trying to bring her back and forth to his nest. There you go. I'm going to be quiet and let you watch Betta Hendra.
They're absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they're beautiful. There's a wide shot of their setup. Alright guys, we're going to move on to the next fish. So I'll start that video
Right now.
in about a minute. Okay guys, so our next Betta is Betta Channoides.
They're one of my favorite bettas. When they get big, they have like a white stripe with a little like brown to red color on their tails. It's pretty neat. You guys seen it before.
Yeah, brick red is very common with Channoides. And in this particular
Tank.
this is the Sumatran peat swamp setup that Nathan and I put together to house the soon-to-Danio axelrodi, which I love these fish, and they've done really well, especially when you get good quality fish from a good source.
Right. I got these from Rachel O'Leary.
Yes, ma'am. And the story about how the Channoides actually wound up in this tank loose, I've talked about before in other videos. Actually, I had a breeder net that I had set up, and it was punctured, and they got loose. So they were able to develop from day one inside the tank with the axelrodi, and I had no problem. I didn't lose any. I mean, as a matter of fact, there's last time I counted, there was 9 Channoides spread out in this tank. And these guys will be probably available My guess is that these guys will be available in February.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, they grow pretty. They grow pretty quick for betta fish.
Yeah, we gave a large amount of our Channoides, and they grew.
The cool thing about Betta Channoides, or this group, is these guys are from wild imported stock from Indonesia that Nathan and I brought in a little more than a year and a half ago. So these guys have been spawning pretty regularly in our setups. We also have Betta, I should say albi marginata, but we only have fry from the Channoides in that particular family.
We don't really get as much from the albies, but we're trying to get them to breed.
Yeah, we're down to one male, one female, so I do want to spawn them
Before they get old.
Looks like there's a nice size one right there too. So this is Betta Channoides, and I'll pan back one more time.
They are our first betta breeds that we've collected. They're absolutely amazing fish.
And this is the Sumatran peat swamp setup for the Sundadanio axelrodi. Alright, so the next video we're going to shoot is going to be on Betta
Mahachaiensis.
Okay, so the next video is going to be on Betta Mahachaiensis. Now, these guys are from wild stock Mahachi out of Thailand, of which we brought in 2 pairs, and this is just from 1 pair. Probably close to about 60 to 80 fry in this particular setup, all from 1 and pretty much the same spawning. Mahachaiensis are in the Betta splendens family, the Betta splendens family.
The splendid family is one of the fighting fish that you guys hear of. Usually the ones that you find at stores like PetSmart, you will find that males are in separate things, but these are still, males hate each other, but the males can still be with females.
Yeah, we actually do not keep the pairs together for 2 reasons. A, I don't want any unnecessary spawnings, and I have seen that the males do get aggressive with females when the females are
not breeding with them.
yeah, but you can keep them together in a group like Nathan mentioned if the tank is large enough. Unfortunately, I keep these guys in 5.5 gallon tanks, and it's not enough space that I have found for the pairs to coexist. So what I've been doing is separating the male and female into our 1 gallon jars where they can actually live separately, and then we'll put them together just to spawn. I have a male in another tank just waiting, and I'm going to put the female in with him next. These guys have actually grown fairly quickly also. I started feeding them microworms, and then from microworms we went to different types of frozen baby brine shrimp, live baby brine shrimp, and now we're also giving them decapsulated brine shrimp eggs because they're at that stage where their gut can actually digest the brine shrimp eggs, the decapsulated brine shrimp eggs, with no problem. As soon as I started feeding these guys the decapsulated brine shrimp eggs, you could tell right away that they really enjoyed the actual fat content.
They blew up in size.
So these guys actually really got big quick. So this is a species I was looking forward to bringing in. I love Mahachaiensis. A little quick tip on the on Betta Mahachaiensis: they were just recently found to be a separate species in 2012. So they were considered to be part of the Smaragdina family, but as far as I believe, Mahachaiensis was recently described as a separate fish in 2012. They are not protected in the locale that they're found, but they are extremely endangered, or threatened I should say. They are extremely threatened, which means habitat destruction eventually will wipe them off the planet, and the fish will only exist in time. I've bet my life in less than 10 years in captive situations like ours and others. So for the most part, these fish are still able to be caught in the wild. At some point, they will only be found in captivity. That's sad. One of the more common fish in this industry, the white cloud mountain minnow.
They were extinct from their environment because China is actually polluting their rivers and streams like crazy. You will see radiation even in your local Chinese stream, which is crazy.
Well, I mean, the Chinese aren't doing it on purpose, but unfortunately things happen, and I'm not going to indict a government for that, but I will say this. The white cloud mountain minnow is extinct in its natural habitat. There are small populations found in different rivers and streams, but for the most part, they are all but extinct. And the only fish that do exist are fish that exist in the hobby. In time, a lot of the wild betta fish that we find will pretty much follow the same fate. So this is Betta Mahachaiensis, a species that we should preserve and protect, at least in captivity.
Yep.
Now we're going to try to move on to another fish that we have, which will be Betta Rubra.
One of the biggest, one of the near to big bettas that we take care of. They're
Yep.
amazing.
Yeah, Betta Rubra are a mouth-brooding betta fish. Mahachaiensis are bubble nest builders, and these guys are the only bubble nest builders that Nathan and I actually have bred so far. It's the first time that we put together bubble nest builders. Actually, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Hendra were number 2 bubble nest builder we bred, and that was in the first video.
All right.
Back in time with Betta Rubra. Okay, guys, the other species of betta that we breed.
It's Betta Rubra.
That's right, Nate. So this is another mouth-brooding fish from Indonesia. In this particular 2.5 gallon setup, there are 6 rubra that a male spit out probably a little less than 2.5 weeks ago.
Right.
These fry actually grow fairly quick. They're no different in size to Channoides or Albi marginata.
But they are like if you compare them to a male Channoid about adult, he would the Rubra would be a little bigger, but they still are beasts.
Yeah,
That's
so this is this is the male who actually spit the fry out.
He's one of the dominant males. The other male is in a 2.5 getting relaxed.
And that's the female right there. They spent a lot of time, sorry about the graininess of this video, but the light kicks back a lot of pollutants. So let's get back over to the fry. Let's see who we got here. These guys are a little bit more shy than the Channoides. The Channoides spend more time out in the open. But these guys, maybe because there's not a lot of activity in the tank, spend a lot of time hiding. Like I mentioned before, Betta Rubra is a mouth-brooding species from Indonesia, one of many. It's a fish that's actually readily available in the hobby. I know that there are quite a few people that actually breed these guys pretty often. A lot of it has to do with their colors. The fact that the males are usually super intense red, and in some instances way more red than I've seen natural.
They even have a little blue in them on their rims of their fins, like a greenish blue.
Yep. And that is it, guys. So this is the Betta fry collection that Nathan and I currently have all together. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your support. Stay tuned for more. We do have other species of betta fish, but these are the only fry we have. Thank you very much, guys.
See ya.
Bye.